Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Mercury retrograde reading for you and how this will be affecting you. Now, this retrograde starts on February 17th and lasts all the way to March 10th. So this is going to be showing you the ups and the downs and the intensity of this retrograde for you. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive right in now, Virgo, and see what this time frame, what this retrograde has in store for you. How will Virgo be affected by the Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? How will Virgo be affected by the Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. This one right here. Spiritual awakening. Ooh, and this one. Clarity with your chakra cards. Now, if any of these cards resonate with you or speak to you, and you want to see what decks I'm using and everything like that, they'll all be in the description box below. How will Virgo be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020. How will Virgo be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. This one right here. Oh, the Fox Spirit. Time to think on your feet. I love that. Because that's really what this Mercury retrograde is all about, and what Mercury retrograde is all about, thinking on your feet, being able to deal with one thing after another coming at you. How will Virgo be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? How will Virgo be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? How will Virgo be affected by Mercury retrograde, February 17th to March 10th, 2020? Show me clearly. Show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly, show me clearly. Fantastic. We have the Seven of Cups. The Star card. Oh, I love that. This is Aquarius energy. This is also where the Mercury retrograde ends in Aquarius. So this is very much soul's wish, soul's desire. The Aquarius time frame is January 20th to February 18th. Then you have the Hierophant, which is a Taurian energy, time frame April 20th to May 20th. Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Eight of Clubs, Eight of Wands, things moving quickly. Page of Clubs, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Two of Swords, a choice to be made. Knight of Clubs, Knight of Wands, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The High Priestess right here, right at your heart. And the Seven of Swords. Okay, repeat of the number 7. It is going to be really important for you. Yeah, really important for you, Virgo, to keep things on the up and up. Not saying that you would try to be sneaky about anything or anything like that, but 7 for me is a number of truth. Any sneakiness, anybody who's sneaky around you, this comes to the surface. And if you try to engage in any sneakiness, this will also come to the surface. So just be mindful of this. Okay, so what I'm really seeing here is that relationships are going to be key during this time, and you are going to have key interactions. There's going to be things that you see from what you have planted, what you want from life, what you're looking at. It's like focus on one thing at a time during this retrograde, because you will actually come out a lot more successful. If you try to do multiple things, Virgo, you're first of all going to get overwhelmed. Secondly, you're going to find out that a lot of mishaps start happening because this Mercury retrograde and all Mercury retrogrades are all about communication and listening. And I'm also seeing here that I'm stumbling a little bit over my words during this reading. So know that there are going to be some snares in communication where you're going to stumble a little bit, or there's going to be something said and there's going to be a misunderstanding, or you're going to find that words and ideas don't quite come as smoothly as you would like them to, or as smoothly as they usually do. Yeah, that's exactly it. So here with communication, there's also going to be a sense of intuitive communication being very important, but you're also going to find that with relationships, personal relationships, work relationships, school relationships, wherever you are in your life, that if you try to intune too much, okay, or if you think, oh, I already know what that person's thinking, there are going to be a lot of mishaps that do come up because of that. Because this is going to be a time where you think that you understand things, and then they start to shift. Things start to change, and you're like, what the heck's going on here? So just know that about this retrograde, that you're going to see things shifting, and you're going to think, what's going on? Why is this happening? Where do I need to be in order to move myself forward? And what I'm really seeing here is there's a sense of stepping back and saying, okay, I know, and I can see from your spiritual awakening, and you're going to say to yourself, I know that intuitively I'm seeing a lot and I'm understanding a lot, but trying to put that in practice during this time frame is going to lead to added stickiness to a situation, added, mishaps, stumbling. So be able to listen to yourself, be able to listen to what you truly want and how you truly want to move forward. And you're going to see yourself empowered. You're going to see yourself emboldened, because you are working towards this spiritual awakening. So a healing and a cleansing of your throat chakra, highly important. Highly important, just to be able to speak your truth, because that's really going to be, Spirit is saying that's going to be where the power of this retrograde comes for you. Speaking your truth, knowing your mind, knowing what you desire, knowing what you want, you're going to feel a lot calmer, because I just feel like, oh, okay, that's the urgent message that was needed for you to know during this time, that if you speak your truth, if you're calm, if you're stable, if you do not take on the caretaker role too much, okay? Because if you take on the caretaker role, which you're very, very good at embracing, you will find that you start to stumble, okay? Because you're going to try and take on too much. You're going to try and be working with way too many different people, or fixing way too many different things. And this is a time where you see communications falling apart, like things fraying at the edges, documents not being signed. If you're looking for a new job, or you're looking to hire a new person, things aren't always going to be what they seem. You're going to go in with one certain set of expectations, and this is going to be for a lot of this retrograde. You're going to go in with one certain set of expectations, and then have things kind of turned on their head, and you're looking at it and you're like, what the heck is going on here? So especially with your personal relationships, with your relationships in general, in your personal life, things are going to be put under a microscope by this retrograde, and you have the spiritual awakening. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing so much more than I had ever realized. And this is your crown chakra, located at the top of your head. This is your spiritual awakening. This is your I am presence. I am, powerful. I am strong. I am bountiful. I am knowledgeable. I am successful. Clarity starts to come to you. A union with the higher self, a greater power, wisdom, knowledge becomes yours, and blessings are enhanced during this time as you move towards your awakening. And as you embrace your awakening, you will find that you understand more. So if you could sit in a place of meditation for just a little bit, and I know people sit there and they hear meditation, it's like, oh no, I don't want to sit quiet and still. I have so much to do, and if I'm going to sit quiet, I'd rather sit in a coffee house, or someplace where there are people around me. So if you can, just do something, even if it's your nighttime routine, or something where you can just have a moment. Like, I like to have a cup of tea at night, quiet, or with the TV on, but just quiet, and connecting with myself, connecting with what I want, and letting everything kind of fall away. If you can do that, that type of routine is going to be highly beneficial for you. Or, you're getting ready for bed at night, and that is your routine to, embrace time with yourself, or just something that you do, going for a walk. But I see it more as something that also involves self-care. Okay, yes, going for a walk would involve self-care, because it's getting you active and it's connecting with the earth, but something to involve, Virgo, self-care for you. First of all, you love that. You love that indulgence. You love that taking care of yourself, really embracing you. So that would be fantastic, and that would enhance and help calm any of the stresses that are put on you during this time. And things become more clear, because you're really seeing, I believe in the vortex, all right? And with Abraham Hicks, you put into the vortex what you don't want, you get out from it what you do. And it does seem like sometimes we pay a lot into that vortex all at once. It's like, wow, this part of my life, this time, harsh, hard. And so you would expect a payback to be as exquisite as how painful that hurdle was, or that fall was, however you want to see it. And so know that things come more slowly out of the vortex. okay? You'll find like a penny on the sidewalk, and then that's a little bit of wealth in your pocket. You'll see little things happening that start moving you forward. And so these little things, don't take them for granted, especially during Mercury retrograde, where it does seem like everything could be on its ears, especially if you're trying to manage something, or, get all the kids together to go and do whatever it is that needs to be done. You're just going to sit there, and it's going to be like herding cats. And it can be like herding cats for this whole entire time. And I know that's not something to look forward to, but it is something where you're like, okay, it's going to be more difficult. I'm going to have to allow myself more time, and I'm going to have to expect things to not go according to plan, or to be really frustrating. So again, those moments where you can take care of yourself, where you can connect with yourself, that's going to bring you clarity. That's going to bring you beauty. And also that sense of being able to step back and just being able to breathe. Just taking 5 deep breaths, and really connecting with your heartbeat, with yourself, is going to be astoundingly powerful for you, which moves you to the fox spirit, which says, think on your feet. Think on your feet, know what it is that you want, and know that you're going to be, moving with the punches during this time, because you have the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups is like the wish card, right? So you have what you desire, you're looking at what you want, and here, it's really showing me, you have everything lined up, and you're going to want to try and do a lot, Virgo, during this time. But if you try to put on too much, you're going to falter, you're going to fall. Things aren't going to go according to plan, and you're going to get really mad. Instead of sitting there and saying, okay, I got that, I understand that, now it's time to move forward. Now it's time to operate a plan that is, moving towards success, moving towards your power, your purpose, what you truly want. So I would highly recommend, and Spirit is highly recommending during this time, focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one thing that you want. Visualize it. See it. Make it a part of you. Make it like a part of you, like your heartbeat, like your blood coursing through your veins. And then as you focus on it, you become more empowered. You become more emboldened. You see things going right because you're using your energy and you're focusing it on one thing. And it can just be, I want this Mercury retrograde to go smoothly. So you're focusing on things going smoothly, and that's your main focus during this time. It can be something kind of as abstract as that. So as you focus on things going smoothly, you start to see that you make different choices. You start to tweak things just a little bit. You start to look at things differently, because the energy that you're putting out into the universe is that this is going smoothly. And I am really, married to that idea of things going smoothly. And this brings you to the High Priestess, seeing more deeply what it is that you want, the power of what you desire. This is a connection to your higher self, to higher mysteries. And the High Priestess is my favorite card in the tarot deck, because it's a sense of understanding mysteries, of being a part of mysteries, and of having what you want brought to the light, but slowly. Think of it as, I like to think of this card as the Oracle of Delphi, where, she's in the caves, and all the people from Greece and come and they ask her, how are we going to move forward? How are things going to be? And she tells them, Roman Empire. She tells them, but it's in riddles. And isn't that how life is? Like, we're given riddles, and we have to kind of work it out. And things never seem to go as we had planned, or as we had thought they would. So here, where you have the riddles come, you're starting to see a pattern to things. You're starting to see things more clearly. There is that clarity and that spiritual awakening that is emboldening you and moving you forward during this time. So know that as you do so, it might not seem like things are making sense. You might sit there and be like, oh wow, this is so counterintuitive. It's not. It's leading you towards your soul's wish. Again, Aquarius energy, which is where this Mercury retrograde ends in Aquarius, okay? So here, it starts in Pisces, all right? So this is a very emotional Mercury retrograde. Your emotions can be all over the place, especially if you're prone to being a bit more sensitive, or a bit more, anxious about things. This is going to really bring that out, so just be warned. But you're also focusing on what your soul wants, what your soul needs. Again, one thing at a time. That should be like your mantra for this retrograde. One thing at a time, steady, stable, move forward. Keep on embracing what you desire. Keep on embracing what you want. But look at things and know that Spirit is going to take the wheel a lot of the times and say, okay, yeah, you're focusing on this, but this isn't that important, okay? So you're meeting a lot of resistance. You're getting more and more frustrated. Turn around, breathe, and let me guide you. Because you're going to see that your soul's wish comes. And the thing with the soul's wish is that sometimes we have our wishes. This is what I want. And Spirit is saying, yeah, that's what you want. It's kind of like a little kid. I want to eat candy all day long. If they eat candy all day long, they're sick. you're miserable because they're miserable because they're sick, and you're like, okay, great, thanks. Now we just have a mess to clean up. So here it's going to kind of be like that. Kind of like you want to eat all the candy, you want to have a really good time, and your spirit is pushing you towards seeing things more harshly, or like, that friend that just always has to have the one more drink, and you're like, oh god, it was a really fun time going out with you, until you keep on having to push the limit. So that's what I'm seeing here. So just be mindful of this. Just be mindful of this during this time, because you're moving forward with the Knight of Clubs. The Knight of Clubs is moving forward towards your passion, towards your creativity, towards what you desire. Fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There is a real sense here of being passionate, moving forward. And as spirit guides you, you're going to see that you're being led towards what you really want to accomplish on this earthly plane. Your career, your creativity really is amplified. Things start moving fast. They really do. Things start moving fast for you in this retrograde. Actually, it can be that things start moving a little bit too fast. And you're looking at it and you're like, what the heck is going on? So you're going to need to step back. You're going to need to take everything in, because with the lack of communication, with this fact that, trips can get all muddled and things can be delayed and everything like this, it's just like, it can be a nightmare after another, but like a whole bunch, I see it as more like a whole bunch of little things just start adding up for you, Virgo. So if this happens, if you're moving forward and everything is adding up and one frustration after another, you're going to see that you're not moving forward the way that you want to. And it seems like things are getting out of hand, and they can get out of hand very quickly. But you can also take everything back into hand very easily. Okay? It may not be easily, like Spirit is showing it as something that's easy, but it can be with less trauma, with less drama. And so here with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords is traditionally known as the sneaky card, right? But I had a teacher, and he said that the Seven of Swords is the wish card in the deck. And that's what's coming through right now, but it's actually coming through that like you're taking all your knowledge, all your understanding, and you're looking at your wish. And your wish is being guided by Spirit. So as you're looking at what you want to focus on, because you're going to see there's like two ways of you moving forward. And as you look at the two ways of you moving forward, you're going to see that there needs to be one thing that you focus on. You visualize it, because the first place that everything starts to happen is within our minds. It's within our minds that we come to an acceptance of something. And until we come to that acceptance of something, we cannot move forward the way that we want to. And as you come to this acceptance, you have the Queen of Cups right here. Water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This could be a tremendously fantastic ally for you during this time, but it's also a sense of embracing what you love, having your heart be what you truly desire. And you move here then to gathering up your knowledge and your understanding and moving forward as you are a student of your passion, of what you want, as you're getting messages of how to move forward in what you desire. Now, this is also saying here that you might find that things that you need for your business, for your work, for your life, just in general, for school, for home, things get lost in the mail. Like, somebody could say, oh, I left a note on the counter for you, and you're looking at the counter and there's no note, and they took it with them. It is, or it fell behind the thing, or the dog ate it, or something like that. And you're sitting there, and there could be a fight that ensues because you're like, no, there is no note, and they're like, no, I left it there. Now I have to repeat myself. What the heck? And it's not a big thing, but it's a whole bunch of little things that are going to be adding up. And it would be so much easier if things just weren't so emotionally charged, but because they are so emotionally charged, you're going to see really intense reactions to things that aren't supposed to be so intense. And you might very well see it from a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but you're also finding that your passion is moving you forward. Your passion is really helping you achieve and succeed at what you want and what you desire. And with the Queen of Cups, your heart is really coming into play. You're really looking at what you love and what you need in order to make the right choices, to move forward in the right direction, to be what you desire and to be where you desire being. And as you do so, mysteries are coming clear or being riddled out a bit more, and you're finding your footing. You're finding, where you stand and where you want to stand. And as you do so, you had thought, like going into this Mercury retrograde, you thought things were going to turn out one of two ways. And now you're going to see that a third road opens up. You're going to see that something new is coming your way and that you hadn't thought of it before, but it's actually really empowering to you, and it's really emboldening and invigorating. And as you see that, everything isn't written in stone, and that you're quoting Plato here almost. It's like all is flux and nothing stays the same. And you're embracing that flexibility of life. You're embracing that power of self, and that leads you to the Hierophant, being true to your traditions, being true to your ideas and ideals, being true to what you want, to what you desire. And as you embrace that truth, you move forward in passion, and you see the greater mysteries of things. And the greater mysteries, they have you thinking on your feet. They have you adapting to situations in a very kind of flow, easy, it's not so much of an easy but powerful way, and it's a confident way. It's an embracing of your power. That's it. It's an embracing of your power. And your subconscious message for this whole entire reading is the Nine of Clubs. The Nine of Clubs is that you will feel battered and bruised and overwhelmed, and be looking at things and being like, oh my gosh, how do I move forward now? Where is it that I'm supposed to be? Stop listening to everyone else. Really start listening to yourself, visualizing what you want. That's going to be the key. Sitting there, hearing other people, you want to keep that communication open, but then looking at what you truly want to succeed at, where you truly want to be within your life, and then seeing that empowerment lead you forward, guide you forward. And as you embrace this truth, your subconscious spirit animal card is the spider, which says you make your dreams your reality. And that's it. You are making your dreams real. You're making your dreams part of your reality, because you are looking at what you want. You are looking at what you visualize. You are holding your dreams, your desires in your mind's eye, and they are becoming more and more real to you as you go through this retrograde, because this retrograde is testing them. And it's testing you. And as you hold firm to your convictions, you find that your power grows and grows. And your subconscious chakra message is peace. You embrace peace. And peace is going to be the most important thing for you during this time. Not to get caught up in everybody's trauma, but to embrace peace. Also, it's reiterating here the crown chakra, really focusing on your mind, focusing on what you want, and healing and cleansing the thoughts so that the chaos of others does not overwhelm you. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I hope you have a very uneventful, calm, peaceful retrograde. I love you all. Bye.